Yes, welcome back. I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving break. And I know I mentioned this like if you were in our last lab that we had. It gets kind of weird this semester because we've gone from almost every week meeting, being in the same room face to face, and I can remind you what's coming up, to now, from here until the end of the semester, it's just up to you to check Blackboard and do the work on your own. And that can be an adjustment for some students, just straight up. That can be hard when you don't have someone telling you this is what you have to do, when you have to be the one who logs on and checks the due dates and studies and all that. So the good news is it's only like a week and a half. You can absolutely do this. Just don't slack. Like I really enjoyed Thanksgiving break and not thinking about biology for a while. But we gotta kick it back in gear. All right. So this week, no labs. We're done with those. No tests or anything like that. You have two lectures to watch. So the chapter 20 and 21. 20 is on viruses and bacteria. I had planned on re-recording the viruses section because obviously that's in the news and in everyone's life right now, viruses and what they can do. I didn't get a chance to do that. So if I'm not going to bring up COVID because that wasn't a thing when I recorded that. But we're going to talk about a lot of stuff like RNA viruses, which COVID is an RNA virus. So there's stuff that you can still learn from this, and hopefully it'll help you understand when you hear what they're talking about on the news and things like that. Bacteria is also in chapter 2, so that one's split up like half and half. And then chapter 21, I think I said 2, chapter 20 is viruses and bacteria. Chapter 21 is protists. So both of those, they're not super long. They're a couple hours for those lectures. So since you don't have any other lab activities or anything like that this week, just split that up. Say I'm going to watch chapter 20 lectures, Monday, Tuesday, and then Thursday, Friday, something like that. Watch the other two. All right. So just watch those, take notes, and just like always, if you have any questions, send me a message on Blackboard. You have a review quiz for chapter 20 and 21. And if you'll notice, that due date is a ways off. It is Sunday, December 13th. All right. Your final, and I'll talk more about that in a second, but your final is going to be Monday, December 14th and Tuesday, December 15th. So next week, we don't have any lectures to watch. So I'm going to go ahead and push the due date back a little bit on that review quiz. Now, if you watch both of those chapter lectures, 20 and 21, feel free to go ahead and take the quiz so you won't forget it and you can kind of get that out of the way. But I'm giving you some more time to do that. If you wanted to wait and study over the next couple weeks, you can wait to do your review quiz until closer to the due date. All right. And just a reminder, your lab final is going to be next Monday and Tuesday. So that's December 8th, 7th and 8th. All right. Like we said in class before we dismissed, this is a open notes. So you can use your notes. You can use the PowerPoint review that we opened up for you. You can use any of that, anything that you like, that's perfectly fine. That doesn't mean you don't have to study because it's still timed. You're going to have a minute per question. If you wait and just don't study and say, well, I've got the notes, you're going to spend all your time flipping through pages and you might actually run out of time on the test. All right. So study just like a regular test, but when it's time to take the test, you can use your notes. You can use other things like that. All right. Okay. Only other thing, well, a couple more. There's an end of semester survey. I told you about that last week. So the end of semester survey, if you go to the quizzes tab, it should be towards the bottom. It's just a survey about how you liked this class, how you thought the pacing went, how the different parts, the different assignments that we did, how helpful they were. This is obviously a new semester. I've never taught biology as a hybrid because we usually don't do that. So I know we're probably going to have to do that in the spring too. So I'm just trying to get some feedback from you that I can maybe help the next class out. And I'll make it worth 5 bonus points. So definitely do that. It'll be worth your time. Okay. The only other thing that I was going to mention is your final. So the lab test is next week, covers lab 6, 7, 8, and 9, and that's Monday and Tuesday, December 7th and 8th. So your final, which we're just going to call exam 5, it's not comprehensive. It's just a regular test. It only covers chapter 20 and 21. So it's not a lot of material. That's good news. You don't have a ton to study. If you will study and prepare, it should be a really good chance to finish with a good grade for the class. So take advantage of that. And just a reminder, the lab test was open notes. The lecture test, exam 5, is not. It is a regular, just like all the other tests we've done in here. You have to use Respondus. You have to show your environment, all that stuff. Okay. If you have any questions about that, let me know. I'll talk more about that in the next week or two. But go ahead and get started. We are on the home stretch, and you kind of know what you've got to do from here on out. So start studying, start working, and if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.